Hi, I'm Molly. I'm a youth work student from RMIT University, and in today's video we will be concluding our topic on self-care. In the last video we covered what self-care is, the benefits of self-care, and made a couple suggestions on what activities and strategies you can use at home to practice self-care. But in today's video we will be having a look at when you should use self-care and how to identify what self-care strategies may work for you. So a really good place to start is when should you use self-care? You should use self-care when you feel burnt out, overwhelmed, physically, mentally and emotionally exhausted, stressed, and when you've been working and studying a bit too hard. Now that we know when to use self-care, we can have a look at how to identify what self-care strategies may work for you, because you may not know what works for you, or you may have seen what works for other people, maybe doesn't work for you, or maybe something that works for you doesn't necessarily work for another person. An awesome resource I love to use is this image on the Headspace website. It provides a couple suggestions on what you can do when you're feeling certain ways, such as being overwhelmed, sad, experiencing grief, when you're anxious, if you're feeling lonely, frustrated, or inadequate. You can also identify what self-care strategies may work for you by looking at your lifestyle, your hobbies, and your interests. So for example, a really active person that likes sports or getting out and going for a run may prefer to slow things a bit down to practice some self-care. So they might like to have a lie-in, have a nap, do some meditation, do some yoga, maybe just chill out and watch a movie. Or it could be the complete opposite. People that enjoy sports and physical activity may find that it takes their mind off things and helps them to de-stress. The last example that I'll cover about identifying what self-care strategies may work for some people is someone that's really social. They may find that their hobbies and interests is hanging out with their friends, having a video call, or going bowling, going out for something to eat. It gives them something to look forward to, so that may be a way of practicing self-care for a really social person. Or it could even be the complete opposite, where they may take some time off social media, they might just spend some one-on-one time with themselves, or even just people in their household. They may just sit back and watch a movie, they may take up cooking, just something that they can enjoy for themselves. Now that we've got some theoretical strategies about practicing self-care based on your interest, type of person you are, and your mood, we can have a look at a self-care plan. The self-care plan will cover a variety of ways that you can practice self-care in your personal life by implementing strategies and hobbies that you're interested in, and it also gives you an opportunity to reflect on it to see what strategies were and weren't effective. For me personally, I use this self-care plan found on the Reach Out website. So if you're someone creative, you might want to write down your self-care plan in a book or on a single sheet of paper. In each of the columns, such as physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual, relationships, and workplace, you would write down some self-care strategies that you would use in those environments. In overall balance, you might want to use a range of smiley faces, sad faces, angry faces, or even a color grading to represent how you're feeling at the current moment. You may also want to include how you plan to balance each of the headings above with your set self-care activities. In the second last column, you would include some self-care strategies that weren't particularly effective. And lastly, in your final section, you would write down the outcomes you expect from your self-care plan. And that wraps up our topic for self-care. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all learned something new. And I look forward to hearing if any of these self-care strategies worked for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye guys.